All right, everybody. Looks like we are live. Live. My wife put a sheet up behind the thing so that wouldn't reflect anymore. I got to build a studio in this house. Anyway, we got Alaska One Andy, Adam Hymus, who loves Glocks, and Teddy Two Guns are in the house so far. Good to see you. Sorry for the little bit later stream tonight. It's football season this next to last week of school. It's spring football camp. So yeah, a month ago we couldn't have spring football camp because it was still ice everywhere. But anyway, or 3 weeks ago even, there's too much ice everywhere. But yeah, so welcome to Late Night Gun Chat. You guys know the deal. You guys ask me questions about guns, politics, whatever. It's kind of crazy. They say there's no gas at any of the gas stations in Georgia, and we're supposed to be traveling there in 2 weeks, so a week and a half. So, wish us luck. There. Let's pray that the gas situation gets resolved before then. If it's not, we're not going. So, we'll get our money back on the airline tickets. We bought the insurance, so that's that. I don't know if anybody else is joining us tonight. I sent out some links. Let's see. There's a few other people I sent out some links to. Let's see. No, I meant to send it to a couple of groups. There we are. Alaskan Dabbers, what's up? Let's see. All right, Grizzly Crazy's in the house. Man, I start at 7. I start 45 minutes later. Remember that, guys? What's up, Alaskan Dabbers? 67 Rebel SST AMC. So yeah, here there's no gas because of that fraud scare or whatever. Yeah, it's probably all part of the pandemic. Probably all part of the pandemic. So, now tell me what you think about that. We went and filled up our cars today and made sure we had a few extra cans laying around. Just that. Wow, no notifications for live chat. Ooh, wow, that's great. So, I put out on my community page I'd be a little later tonight. Sorry, coaching football. It's a little it goes. So, got some cool bullets in the mail. Finally found some. So they're packaged by Midway. Factory Overrun. Get this. These are the 270 terminal ascent bullets. The little transparent blue tip thing. The coating. The bonded. They're pretty good. Dylan Hickerson says, I got a notification. Okay, thanks, Dylan. Yeah. So, yeah. It's been some crazy stuff the last few weeks with the gas and, inflation is starting to hit. In some places, food is going up. Guys, I don't know that this is the big one. We've all been, but that's that. Still seems to be lots of gas up in Canada, or I guess down in Canada from where you're at. Yeah, over in Canada. Yeah, down and over. Somewhere down south, y'all. Yeah. That's good. At least I could drive to the Canadian border, check my guns, and then drive the rest of the way. No. Anyway, Terminal Ascent sounds like you're about to die climbing a mountain. Yeah, that's true. It's a good bullet, though. I was really impressed with those 7mm mag rounds. I bet if I hand loaded those, they'd be half-inch groupers, and I bet they'd, 3150 at a 150, 150 grain bullet at 155 grain bullet at 3150. Man, you can't beat that hardly at all. So, that is me. I was demonstrating how to do L drill today on football practice, and I was out of breath like crazy. And I've been walking, that kind of thing, but seems like ammo prices are slowly but surely starting to drop down a little. Maybe. I haven't seen enough ammo in stock to do that. So, I am a gunroom hand load. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Gunroom hand load. The only way to shoot. Only way to shoot, hand loads. Yeah, you get a lot better accuracy. I've done some hand loads since I last talked to y'all, but they're not all sitting right next to me. Oh, here's some. This was a different powder I tried. BLC2 with 120 grain tips TSX right there. So, yeah, there's no ammunition boxes in stock here. Don't judge the plastic bags. All right. Just inherited a 41 Magnum. Nice. What did you get? Nice. 41 Magnum is awesome. I love 41 Magnum. So, yeah, I've got a few videos on 41 Magnum. Not as much as I'd like because my buddy has the 10-inch 41 Magnum. So it's pretty cool. See, I did show a short on these. These are the 270 with the long range AccuBond, 150 grain. It's a high BC for a 150 grain, 0.591. It's pretty high for a 150 grain 270. So they're loaded. They're loaded up. So hopefully they'll go faster than my nozzlers did. And then been meaning to get out and shoot these again now that I've mounted a scope, but that's that. I find CFE 223 cleaner alternative to BLC2. Yeah, that'd be nice to try out. I totally agree. It'd be nice to try out. If that doesn't work, I got some Stayball 6.5 I might try. But here's some 338 Win Mag, Hornady Interbond. And then I've got to try this weekend 225 grain nozzler partition with the got Hornady brass and 225 grain nozzler partition. We've got see that's IMR 4831, which is probably one of my favorite powders. Got some hybrid V100 here, loaded 62.7 grains of 250 grain Barnes LRX. So it's the LRX loaded to the book specs, I think. So that's that. Yeah. BLC2 was or is very similar to powder that gave the M16 a bad name in Vietnam. Funny, it's actually the military 308 powder. It's actually the powder they used in 308 from military for a long time it was. So that's that. So what's up, Mad Sexy? Good to see you. All right. My pal has an old 41 Colt revolver. Pretty neat. Nice. I hand loaded some 257 Weatherby Magnum, 300 WSM, 300 Weatherby Magnum, 41 Magnum, 44 Magnum, 270 Win, 45 ACP, and 10 millimeter. Nice. Nice. That's a busy week. Nope. No plans to, unless they send me one for the channel. No plans to. I like my wrist attached. my little buddy is screaming down the air vent. All right. Let's see. Love me some IMR 4831. My Creedmoor loves super compressed loads for some reason. Yeah, there you go. I'll keep that in mind when I start loading for the Creedmoor. Oh man, it's the man himself. It is the real man of genius. All right. Pat.
So what's going on, man?
Not a whole lot. We're just sitting here talking about hand loads and gas. Okay. You got any gas at the gas stations near you?
Oh, dude. I drove by earlier today. Here, let me try to straighten this thing up. I was more or less concerned with trying to get permissions on this new phone. All of our previous StreamYards were not recognized, so I just had to go through a whole bunch of permissions. But as for the gasoline at our local gas stations, these local chodes, I'm going to call them a chode, okay? I'm driving by on Decatur Pike, and our Ingalls gas station right there was lined out. So as it was lined out, I was forced to slow down. And as I slowed down, I looked, and there were these neckbeards, what we always call neckbeards when it comes to ammo. They're standing in the beds of their trucks and filling these sun-baked 5-gallon gasoline jugs. And those are the guys that always makes it worse. Just period.
Yeah. Oh.
So, yeah. there were 3 gas stations in the local town that were already out of gas. I went to my local station. I needed 9 gallons to top up. That's good enough for me. I went ahead and topped up just to make sure I was good while all these other people freaked out. And it was already 27 cents up.
It's crazy.
Freaking neckbeards, man.
Yep. Do you have a cat or a kid? I have a kid. I'm allergic to cats. I am definitely allergic to cats. Like, eyes swell up, nose runs, sinus down the throat, upper respiratory infection the next day. I am definitely allergic to cats. But I haven't tried the right marinade yet. So, yeah. You know?
Hey, James. What's up, James?
Have you seen that
supporter for both of us?
Yeah,
this
James.
dude is always there. And I want you to know, James, in my analytics, it always shows up com.MeWe. Like, you're sharing it on MeWe, and that's awesome, dude.
Yeah, it really is. It shows it up on mine too. Yeah. Have you seen that YouTube video? The cats in the kettle at the Peking moon. It's like the cats in the kettle at the Peking moon. The place saved every day at noon. I mean, I guess it's kind of racist, but whatever. It's hilarious. You need to go look that up. Yeah, it's like Garfield's on my fork, boys. Heard him on my fork.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So anyway, 45 gold is great for power and not so much recoil for bear. Yeah, 45 gold's a good round. Yeah, the problem is people want to carry a single action out in the woods saying, I got a 45 Colt, more powerful than a 44 Magnum. Yeah, and it's slow. I don't care who you are. It's slow to draw it out of a chest holster in the river. Yep. Gotta love some babies. Yep, I love my baby. He's cute. All right. Got half a tank. That's about what I have in the truck right now. Gas stations are the new food banks, but for cars. There you go. Got a half a tank. Impeach 46, where are you at? How much would you pay to avoid a second Great Depression? To be honest with you, it wasn't going to matter who got elected. It was going to happen either way. All right? It was going to happen either way. You can't spend $8.5 trillion in debt during Trump's administration and expect it not to be a recession in the next 4 years, no matter who won. So I'm just saying. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. Biden's not doing anything to help the situation. He's an idiot. Don't get me wrong. But so is Trump, and Trump's an idiot. And, I got 8.5 trillion reasons why I wrote in Rand Paul right there, so. Yeah.
Well, I'm about to cash in on my next investment, and I really don't feel good about this inflation. Basically, they're already talking about another stimulus, and I'm going to sell this next home. And if you want a way to devalue my money far greater than, what is that, 3% a year? Mm-hmm. I have lost my brain on that one, but far greater than your normal attrition of money. That just eats me up.
Yep. It's crazy, man. Why are y'all having a gas shortage? I don't know.
I honestly think that it's a planned thing. Gas has been creeping up already. See, I live in the southeast United States, and that is what is affected by the Colonial Pipeline. The Colonial Pipeline was supposedly attacked by some Russian hackers. And those Russian hackers have accepted responsibility. They're this just anonymous name of people. And supposedly that has disrupted our flow. But now, while it's on a smaller scale, I have worked in industrial factories, and we could always manually open valves and jog pumps. Now, there are manual fail safes in this system in the Colonial Pipeline. So they can open pumps, and they can open valves and jog pumps. They can do this thing. They can make the gas flow. But what I'm thinking is they're just hiding behind this whole, we got hacked. It's an excuse. This $2.50 gas that's in the ground, let's raise it to $3 a gallon. Everybody's going to get rich real quick. And that's just typical of the last year. Everything. People have freaked out over toilet paper. They freaked out over ammo. There was times when I would go to the grocery store and you couldn't get chicken, like freaking chicken off the shelf because everybody bought all the dang chicken and stuck it in their freezer. So this is just leading up to this perpetual thing. And I'm tired of hearing about it. So when I see this gas shortage, literally it's $2.50 in the ground, they're going to gain 50 cents a gallon on the upside.
Oh yeah.
There are people that they have opportunity to profit from this.
Yep. Wow, twins. I don't know what he's talking about, but I don't have twins.
Turn that light on. Let it glow, man.
Yeah. Hey, Pat RMG does not look this good. I'm telling you, don't compliment him like that. All right.
Hey, we're going to have to grease your head to get it through the door, dude.
Yeah, that's true. I used that saying the other day, and no people had no idea what I'm talking about. I'm like, yeah. It's time to stop pretending debt is a Democrat problem. Dang straight. I mean,
agreed. Agreed.
Bush the second raised it, what, $5 trillion? It was $5 trillion in debt at the end of the Clinton era. And it actually started to slow when we had a surplus one year in a budget. Thanks to Newt Gingrich and the Republicans that actually had a spine at the time. And then after Clinton, it was raised $5 trillion by Bush. It was raised $8 trillion by Obama in 8 years, and it was raised $8.5 trillion by Trump in 4 years. But Trump is a Democrat anyway. I mean, anybody says that Trump is not still a Democrat is an absolute retard. So, you know, I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. I mean, he was for a lot of gun control. You know, he was for closing free trade and, you know, having, you know, better trade deals. That was a Democrat issue, and the Republicans wanted free trade until he became president as a Republican, and then they flip-flopped on it, you know? So he's still a Democrat, and I'm not saying that free trade is better than non-free trade. I think there should be, like, the best balance between the two, but you got to do what you do. So, yeah, debt is not just a Democrat problem. It's a politician in Washington problem. And that's why we have to fix either we can call a convention of states real quick, but Congress actually has to grant that convention of states. It's not just like, oh, we got 35 states, now we can go do it. No, Congress actually has to grant it when you look at it. So, yeah, not going to happen. Succession is the answer. Fuel up my diesel truck today. I also filled up my wife's GMC X Yukon XL. Yeah, we filled up my wife's car and a few gas cans. We were one of those neckbeards filling up gas cans because, you know, we needed some.
Are y'all actually having a shortage?
No, not yet.
Well, see, if you look at the map, it comes down the southeastern United States.
Right.
It's basically from Texas to New York, and it affects from seriously like right across the top of the Gulf of Mexico, Georgia, Florida, and on up. And now the Colonial Pipeline, I drive by it all the time in Knoxville, Tennessee. It's on Middlebrook Pike, and you can drive right between. There are red lights where you're sitting right between the big Colonial tanks, the storage tanks. So now when they said Colonial, I recognized it by name because I see it all the time. And I knew that there were two big pipelines that come right up by me. But what they don't understand also is there is a secondary pipeline that comes right up beside the Colonial that they can turn on if they need to. So all this freak out is for no reason.
Yep. RIA 10 millimeter. Come on. I know you want to shoot it. Nope. I'm good.
I had one. It was okay. It was a really nice feeling. And I owned that one personally before I was a YouTuber, and it kind of sucked. But then two of my buddies let me borrow the double stack, the 2011, and those things freaking rocked as long as the mags were okay. I had 4 mags and 2 of them sucked, but the 2 guns rocked as long as I ran them with the 2 mags. But my personal one, you know, I started YouTube, I guess, what, 2.5 years ago? Almost 3. My personal one sucked back then. And then as I was getting established in YouTube, two buddies let me borrow them, and all the problem was in the mags.
Yep. All right. I lived through the oil embargo in the 70s, and I was in college, and it was tough. Yeah, I can imagine. The last time we had a gas shortage when I was living in Georgia, it was right after I married my first wife, and it was every 3 or 4 days they had gas at the gas station. So I started storing
What
gas.
was that, during Katrina?
Yep. No, that was this during Obama's years. It's during
Katrina was.
No, Katrina was 2005.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Bush years. It was 2010.
That's odd.
Yeah, there's a gas shortage where people didn't have gas for a while. Let's see. Mr. Big Kid's in the house. Good to see you. I started storing gas a year ago. Who's ahead of the curve? There you go. Me too. All right, Adam.
Well, if you can keep moisture out of that ethanol, that's the problem.
Yep, you got to keep moisture out of the ethanol. You got to put Stay-Bil in it. Got to store it in a dehumidified place. Yep.
Thank you, Adam. I appreciate you, buddy.
Yeah. Started storing gas since I ate Mexican yesterday. Yeah, there you go.
I go through my morning dispel.
Yeah. You fill up that tank every morning, huh?
No.
Gas is $2.55 here, up to $2.80 in Oklahoma. Wow.
Yeah, it was $2.76 today.
Yep. On the coast of North Carolina, the shelves bare and the tanks are dry. I'm thinking about filling up my oil heater. We're on oil heaters out here. So I'm thinking about filling that up because we put a few $100 in it because it ran out. We hadn't filled it up since December, and we've had a cold winter, and it ran all the way out like a few weeks ago. And so I'm thinking about filling it up all the way. There's not enough gas to, go around. I mean, I would like to have some heat when it comes to wintertime. So I'll probably end up putting in a wood stove somewhere too. So.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with wood. Wood's readily available. You can't pipe it.
Yeah. I can literally go across the street from my house and get some. I found some places where there was dried wood all over the ground last weekend or the other night when my wife and I went walking. So not sure what he's talking about there.
Oh, well, passwords. No, I've got a really funny story about passwords.
All right,
I've got a brother-in-law that is in the IT business. And he was sitting there at a family dinner, and he said, only an idiot would have the password helicopter. And one of my family members just looked down. It was so freaking funny. So as for, passwords that are predictable, that's what he was getting at.
Yep. Pinto beans are very good. Yeah, I can't eat beans. I cannot eat them. I will be torn up for days. That's part of the celiac IBS. No beans for Chuck. Not getting the gas stored. It's getting the flat pipe to fit and tied into the main line. May get cocked off that. I'm not sure I want to know. Don't spend more than you earn. The rest of us have to live that way. Why don't governments? Because they can print the money. Yeah, and ruin your savings.
Yeah,
anybody who buys a U.S. savings bond right now is a freaking moron. Like
that's what I'm talking about.
Moron. Yeah.
I'm about to cash in on a house, and I halfway wonder if I should just hold on to the house because it would have more inherent value than the dollar if I sell it.
It would, but you still have to trade currency. Like you can't trade the house for food. So
I turn it into a recurring currency monthly.
Yeah, there's that. So everyone remember thumbs up. Thank you. There's not a trillion bills on Earth. Yeah, that's true. That includes carved shells and Papua New Guinea used as money. There you go. Yep. Hey, if you actually, we sat down and did the math. Me and the math teacher from the high school I would coach at. We sat down in the Juneau airport after we got our butts kicked in the football game because we can't hold on to the football, and we took each dollar bill is what is it? It's 14.7 centimeters or something like that. No, 15.5 centimeters, and
6
so
inches.
15.5. Yeah, 15. Hold on a second here. 15.5 centimeters or is 0. 0.00155 kilometers, or no, 0.0000001.5 kilometers, right? 1.55 kilometers. Well, you add up that number, the 0.000000155 kilometers, you add that up times $26.5 trillion at the time, plus the 3.5 trillion in interest. Okay. You add all that up, you can circle the orbit of Pluto and back if you tied every dollar bill end to end.
Ooh.
You're talking about 40 billion kilometers. Yeah. So, hey, Alaska, I'm sorry, but I hate all politicians. They all lie, except Sarah Palin. She is sexy. Dude, she's probably available. You might want to check her out. All right. I'm just kidding. Plandemic, Plan Armageddon, playing Gas Apocalypse. There we go.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna take a screenshot of that and post it on Instagram later. That's a good one right there. All right. Biden just dropped $10 billion on wind farms offshore Martha's Vineyard to a Spanish green energy corp. There you go. If you got a Hemi, pull it out slow. It hurts, but what do you do? Yeah, there you go. The closest gas station from my house is 3 miles away. Not much, brother. There will be a worldwide reset. It could happen. All debts are forgiven. Every business starts from zero. It could happen. Yeah, it could happen. And they're gonna, do mark of the beast type stuff to make sure you can sell. Make sure you have a good rating with all the social justice things. Like Glenn Beck had a good video on it the other day. So, yeah, if you as a person can't get hired if you don't say all the right things and do all the right stuff. So, no, I did not see your post, Mad Sexy. Is it on Instagram? Let's look that up.
So see my post. I'm gonna drop a shameless share here.
Go ahead.
I can't see your post unless you follow me on @Pat_RMG_official. So that will connect us all on Instagram.
Yeah.
Just one more further layer for the social media.
Yeah. Nixon. Yeah, Nixon was bad. He spent a lot.
I've heard that connection, that Nixon Carter connection here.
Have seen gas issues here in Pennsylvania yet? Have or have not? My wife's dad is in Tennessee. Head here Fridays. Said he hasn't seen yet. Joanne just talked to him. All right.
Well, he hasn't dropped into probably what you'd call small town. If he's traveling interstate, he may be okay. I think most of our problem, the guys that I've seen filling the big tubs and the truck beds full of jugs, I think they've all been small town isolated. Cleveland had no gas. Athens had 3 without, and I don't want to leave too much to my own location, but they were rapidly pulling it out of the ground as I came home today.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been so long since I've been to Cleveland. So I used to go there a lot as a kid. Anyway, my internet signal is almost on its last leg here.
Yeah, I kept off of my Wi-Fi I was trying to keep mine solid by staying off my Wi-Fi.
There you go. All right. Hello. Shit, gas in California is $3.90. Yeah, that's more here it is in Alaska. Yeah, we're sitting on top of a lot of oil though, but we don't have any refineries. George, what's up, man? Hello from Texas. Good to see you. Welcome to the chat.
Be in Texas. I'll be in Texas I'll be Texas in a few weeks.
They're running the crude at 5 miles per hour through the pipeline. No reason for that other than driving up prices so drillers can make a hole. There you go. Yep. I have a wood stove. Yeah, I need to get one. I need to invest in one. They're more expensive than I thought they were going to be, though. Our gas comes from our Gulf Coast. We are not even affected by the pipeline, but these people are freaking out. Yeah, there you go.
Well, it's all about Facebook. You know, right now, I'm kind of in the geographic center of it. So Tennessee is pretty much the middle of it. So that being said, we are connected by less than 7 people. They say that all across the world, if you know 7 people, those 7 people know 7 people that you know, just this whole thing. So even with you being in Mississippi, you're not affected, but you're seeing the 7 people that know 7 people from Tennessee and Atlanta and all of those places that are affected, and it's causing a freak out.
It's like HRM Weapons Machinist sold a crap ton of lockdown 8 sticks for $20. Dang, that's expensive even for Alaska. Like, you know, you spend $5 on 8 sticks. Man.
That's what you give at the gas stations here, man. The gas stations here, they bundle it up in this little red thing and they charge you big. But now you can get a cord or a rick from a local guy that cuts trees. They do it as a secondary thing, and you can get a freaking cord for like $125.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, yeah, George. That'll do the job as long as you're shooting them out of a Ruger and not a Smith. But yeah, that'll do the job. All right. No, it's cool. I deleted it. I tell you one, I found that it was on Johnny's chat. Johnny's Spicy Friday the other day. Shout out to Johnny because he showed my shirt up in his mail call. I sent him a shirt, and because he had sent me some shirts, right? And he didn't have to do that, so I'm really appreciate it. I mean, he has his own clothing line, essentially with "shall not comply." So I was like, I'm not gonna, expect him to share. But he held it up and he liked it and everything. So, but anyway, he showed one. It might be his favorite, and he was like, or it might have been close to his favorite, and it was from the Babylon Bee, and I could not find it on the Babylon Bee's Instagram or Twitter. Could not find it. Facebook, nothing. And it was Nancy Pelosi standing at the speaker, standing at a press conference outside somewhere with her mask on. It said, "Nancy Pelosi thanks millions of innocent babies who gave their lives for women's rights." I was like, I about lost it. I searched for it and searched for it and searched for it. I think I'm just going to make that meme up again and then tag them in it and say, I couldn't find the original one at Babylon Bee, so I made it up again for you. I'm sure that one had to be taken down or something. I was like, dang.
I am far eloquent enough to actually place it, but the Babylon Bee. If you look at that whole name, the bee stings, and the Babylon is where all of the languages kind of separated. So if you think about it, the Babylon Bee would be where all of the languages, all of the voices come together with that bee sting. I halfway wonder if they didn't have some kind of play on that. I don't understand their original intent, but I'm sure that is kind of the basis of the Babylon Bee.
Yeah. Yeah,
I've loved everything the Babylon Bee has put out, man.
Yeah. Oh man, my Space Marines. I'm getting old, so Sarah Palin is not bad, but as you get older, it's scary when you think Aunt B from Andy Griffiths is hot. Oh, those bloomers, baby. There you go. I'm telling you. Bring it Bitcoin, which would be crypto and backed by nothing. I don't know how it'd be different. Yeah. Yeah. How's it any different? Yeah, I don't know about you, but I saw a YouTube video last year said they're going to start pushing cryptocurrency for the big reset, and now every ad you see on YouTube is for crypto this and crypto that. Every 5 ads, and so it's like, maybe that guy was right. So I'm not worried about it. I'm not getting into crypto. Screw that crap. All right.
Now, I'll tell you, my experiences with crypto are pretty wild. I had a buddy about a year and a half ago, and he says, "Man, if you got $2,000 to invest it in Bitcoin." And I looked at him and I said, "Man," I said, "can you spend Bitcoin at Food City? Can you buy groceries with Bitcoin?" And he said, "No." I said, "Can you run down to Walmart and buy some freaking underwear with Bitcoin?" He said, "No." And I said, "You threw $2,000 away." Well, the other day, he showed me on his phone that his $2,000 is now currently worth the equivalent of $116,000.
Mm-hmm.
Part of what my argument was, I invest in homes, okay? And I told him, I said, "I'll take my $2,000 and I'll go buy sheetrock for this house." Well, the thing is, I did, and I invested that sheetrock in that house. But his $2,000 investment in Bitcoin turned into 116 grand, and he legit showed it to me on his phone. But my hypothetical 2 grand invested in drywall was met with all of the cabinets, flooring, paint, all of the expenses that go into a house, and far more effort netted me not the same return. So I kind of stand here as the fool because now he has a debit card and he can go to Food City and buy food with his Bitcoin.
Oh yeah. All right. Let's talk about guns. You should come to a hawk hunt when you come down here. No limit, no rules. Is that
okay? Where's the hog hunt at, man? I just come back from Jessup, Georgia 3 weeks ago. I rolled a hog in the swamps, man.
There you go.
Come on, George. Tell me something, dude.
Yeah, is it George or is it Jorge?
Jorge. Yeah. George. Jorge.
Jorge.
I'm sorry if we said it wrong.
Yeah, it's crazy rednecks here. Yep. Just still 9 thumbs up and 37 people watching. Give a hand. Sexy. No one listens to me, but you can make a difference. Yeah. Go hit the thumbs up. Smash it. You guys know what to do. All right. Greetings from Iceland. Odur is always watching the show. I love it. For how long is this shorting going to last? Thought this was due to some Russian gang attack. Yeah. I don't know. It's all planned. Yeah.
Blamed on a Russian attack.
And they took credit for it and then apologized or something like that, I heard.
No, it was ransomware. It's supposedly ransomware. You pay the ransom and they take it off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No. What I'm saying is I have worked in multiple industrial environments, okay? We got big pipelines, and we can manually open valves and we can jog pumps.
Mm-hmm.
So they can be on the phone and be like, "Hey, bud, we just reached 5 PSI. Why don't you let off of that jog and just stop?" And they've suddenly filled a tank from 3 states away or something. I speak out of what might be conceived as ignorance, but we have done this in the past in an industrial environment.
Yeah. Baltimore, Maryland had to switch to Gmail accounts once. Yeah, there you go. I'm an honest businessman. I know my market. How much wood can you split and cut and split for $20? Overhead, LOL. There you go.
No, these guys around here, what they'll do is they'll come to, let's say, my yard, and I've got a tree that I think might fall, and they'll say, we'll cut that tree for $800. And to me, that peace of mind is worth $800. And then they'll take that white oak and they will split it down into lumber, firewood. And then they'll tell this dude over here, yeah, we'll stack it for $125. So they've made secondary money, and it's a freaking win-win. So that's what we have locally.
Yeah. Always Ruger for 44 mag. I got the Super Blackhawk as a backup. Thinking about the Alaska for better carry since my tracker can't handle the Otter plus B loads plus B plus. Yeah, the Alaskan's nice. Now I'd still say go with the 4-inch Red Hawk, but if you're gonna just carry to have it out in the woods and stuff. But if you're like carrying in town, the Alaska's nice. Yeah, I had the 2.5-inch Red Hawk or the 2 3/4-inch Red Hawk or whatever it was, not the full Alaskan, but just the Red Hawk, and it's nice, but only lightweight bullets. Lightweight bullets were the only ones that stabilized, like 180 and 220 grain. It wouldn't stabilize 255 or 300 grainers. They'd all start tumbling, and they'd tumble this way and they tumble that way. So if you hit a grizzly bear in the head, wouldn't do that. Now the Alaskan's not as bad as the regular Red Hawk on that, but it still happened. Just so you know. The thumbs up numbers aren't auto updating. Hit it again to see the most current numbers. Oh, okay. All right. My house kicking the wood stove. Till you cash out the big.
Dan.
Crap. All right. What's that?
So there's Dan. He's one of the guys on my channel.
Dan O'Neill's a good guy. Patreon supporter. Appreciate it. Showing 29 thumbs up. I live in Como, and it's Jorge. You like Jorge? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jorge.
Yeah, it would be Jorge or George. That's what we were saying. Yeah. We were just trying to be audibly correct to the visual.
Yeah. I've seen people say it both ways. I had a kid named Jorge, and he's like, "No, I want to be called George." I'm like, "You're Jorge." All right. So,
there's Tim. Tim recently commented on one of mine.
Yeah, Tim's been a pretty faithful commenter on my channel. So let's talk about guns for a while. Like, let's just talk about let's ease all the tension and talk about guns. I
love guns. Should we do ASMR where we just talk about them?
Yeah.
Well, okay, let's just break the ice. I'm flying into Texas, and I have got a Springfield Waypoint, the 2020, and 6.5 Creedmoor waiting on me. And so here this whole time, I am in my current location trying to get an optic down to Texas to be mounted on a gun that I'm going to fly into blind. So I'm going to fly into a new gun on a new range, and I'm going to be completely blind. And 6.5 Creedmoor has not fallen on my radar yet. So, yeah, trying to create all of this going together into something that I can cuddle up like a teddy bear and just shoot has been difficult.
Oh, yeah. I tell you what, though, I love 6.5 Creedmoor. I love it. It's fun to shoot. It's no 308 at close range. It's no 7mm 08 at close range. But it's pretty darn close to the 708. But I ain't gonna lie, I love it. It's just fun to shoot. It recoils like a 243, can knock down anything in North America. Of course, so can a 243 with the right bullet. I had a roommate here when I first moved here who he shot a brown bear with a 243 and knocked it down. But not my first choice for anything. But I won't hunt during the spring and summer with the 6.5 Creedmoor. But when it comes time to hunt caribou in the winter, I'll hunt with the 6.5 Creedmoor. It's pretty temperature stable, and it's it does a good job. The 6.5 Creedmoor. I've been hunting with my 6.5 by 284 this spring. I'm hoping to run into a black bear that way, but I'm just not sure I'm going to see anything.
Yeah. Speaking of black bear, man, I'm going to fly into Montana, hoping to drop a black bear there. That's coming up soon. So I've put together this Thompson Center, their Venture 2,
Mm-hmm.
and I put the right on 3 to 15 by 44, their X3 Primal,
Mm-hmm.
and anyway, 20 MOA rail. I've taken it to 1,000 yards, and I'm looking to put it on a black bear. So all of this is coming up on my channel and the ARFCOM, AR15.com.
Nice.
So I'm looking forward to that. Because the story behind that, man, I think we discussed it.
Mm-hmm.
I actually went down and I was going to purchase the Bergara. And
Yep.
the Bergara is sitting there for $1,000. No optic, no rail, no nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And
they do have a rail in the box for them. They have a rail in the box when you open it up.
Oh, okay. Well, when I was looking at it,
yeah,
that TC had came across my radar too. They have the same MOA guarantee, and the TC is half the price. So I decided, let's do this for less than $1,000, like optic and freaking all. So far, I'm not disappointed.
No, but you wouldn't be disappointed with that Bergara. That Bergara is so smooth that you cannot feel it pick up a round out of the magazine.
Now,
that's a little too smooth, but
now I don't want to ruin too much, but literally the same day that I was there, one of the big Daniel Defense, super duper Daniel Defenses, I sat down behind it to shoot at 1,000 yards, and I went to hit that bolt, and it goes whoop, 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 whoop. I said, dude, this thing feels like a freaking old Swedish Mauser where they just like ship the guns and the bolts in different crates, and the bolt just kind of landed in one. And I said, for real, this $1,500 Daniel Defense,
they're more than that.
Like a freaking Pez dispenser compared to my TC.
Yeah.
That's the only way to explain it. It felt like a Pez dispenser.
Jorge wants to debate 7.62 by 39 or 5.56. All right. Yeah. I don't know. I think they both suck, to be honest with you. Like, you have to get into a true short action cartridge to get good ballistics and to get a good knockdown, right? But like the best intermediate cartridge like that, what we call an intermediate cartridge, something that bridges the gap between the 1,000 foot-pounds of a 44 or 41 Magnum, getting into the 12 or 1,300 foot-pounds and becomes that. Yeah, I still say it never caught on, but that 25-45 Sharps is probably the best actual for foot-pounds of energy. 100-grain bullet going 3,000 feet per second out of an AR-15 type platform and 20-inch barrel. You can't really beat that. I love that round. I hope people will catch on to it. It's better than 6mm arc, way better. So, yeah. GTM just got a Savage 110 Precision. Excited to try it. 165. There you go.
Nice.
Yeah. So, gotta love that. GTM has a good channel. Y'all go check it out. See, what about the newest 6.8 Western? Don't remember that you guys talked about that. Yeah, you can't get the rifles here. My issue is I've never had good luck with Browning rifles or Winchester rifles made in Japan as far as accuracy. I know they can't. Some people have good luck. I haven't. And so until they build the 6.8 Western, until Savage puts the 6.8 Western in a 110, with the AccuStock, AccuFit stock and stuff like that. Till Savage does that, I'm not going to buy one. I've not had an issue with the Savage 110. They all get accurate. They're ammo picky like anything else, but I have a Savage 7mm mag. It's so flat. Yep, I got a Remington. It's one of the best shooting guns I got. Let's see, mine didn't. All right. Dang, Pat, you're well on your way to appearing on every channel I watch. Yeah, he's a live stream whore.
No, well, not necessarily a live stream. I'm just kind of finding places. Yeah, AR15.com and others.
Yep. Adam, I can't I can't sell ammo on YouTube, so I'm sorry, Adam. I'm gonna have to move your comment. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, dude, Ruger American Ranch. The
Good rifles.
that is for that 400 to 600. Ruger American Ranch is magic. That's the only way I can say it. They have done really well. Now the bolts feel like a zipper, like literally just.
Mm. Yeah.
But as for bang for the buck, if you have got, let's say 6 Chris Benjamins and you need a rifle, that's the way to go.
Oh yeah. Yep. 6.8 seems good if you don't already have a 7mm mag. Yep. That Thompson barrel has a barrel made by Smith & Wesson, 3-lug bolt locked. Yeah, except add a Lloyd stock if you must. I'll tell you what though, Smith & Wesson said they're divesting from Thompson.
They are. That happened the 3rd of this month. That's the only thing that upsets me about my purchase. And what I've got, I feel is pretty solid. And for the $525 I originally invested in it, let's say that it makes it through 2 seasons before I have some kind of technical problem, I will feel that I've gotten my value. But I'm also upset that there is some handoff of responsibility for what you would normally accept as a purchase and or warranty guarantee kind of deal. So, yeah, like I said, for 5.25, I can pull my scope off of it. I can pull this off of it, and just whatever game I kill between here and 2023,
yeah,
I would feel that I've got my 5.25 worth. But yeah.
Topic for conversation: what calibers rounds may still be in use when technology makes guns go by the way of archery? Oh, so I mean, it's a science fiction question, is what it is. Science futurism question. So basically, you're looking for a technology that's going to be better than a firearm for self-defense, and so you're looking at a Star Trek phaser, or you're looking at a Zach Nicotel from Stargate, or something like that. That's an energy beam weapon, handheld, portable. And to be honest with you, the reason why they use those in science fiction is because they're great effects. They're easy effects to do. And they're easy effects to point and have a little laser beam come out of a pointer, and when they animate it into the thing. There is no way you can generate that kind of energy where it'll jump a in the case of the Zach Nicotel, the electricity will jump through the air at your target. The amount of energy that you would require to do that is on par with like a nuclear power plant. So in a handheld phaser. So I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying it's highly improbable. You'd have to power that thing with the Hawking radiation of a micro black hole, right? So, and that's assuming Hawking radiation is real. We don't even know for a fact that that's real. So it's just conjecture from Hawking. We can't test it. It seems like it'd be a good idea, but so basically, until you have a power source, antimatter could do it. And antimatter is real. If you ever had a PET scan, you've had antimatter in your body. You probably have antimatter in your body right now. It's just one atom and one thing. Antimatter can do that kind of energy, but you can't store antimatter right now. Pinning traps are only good for a few seconds of storing antimatter. So, I just don't think that. I think firearms technology has come a long way, but you're not going to see something that's going to make firearms go the way of archery in the next 150, 200 years. You might see a lot better firearms, but you're still going to have the fancy bolt actions for precision and long range, and you're still going to have semi-autos. You might see that plastic ammo with the bullet inside the ammo. You might see some new trends on that stuff. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think, Pat?
I've got to jump into some sci-fi stuff myself. I'm sure you guys saw a couple of years ago where some of our government officials were in, what was it, Cuba? and suffered weird heart attacks or something because of ultrasonic sounds. I would have to Google that, but I'm on the current device that would allow me to look it up. But yeah, there was some really odd occurrences coming up, and our government actually acknowledged investigating it.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, I would have to take the device that I'm streaming on right now to look it up. But I do remember seeing that some of our government representatives had some weird health effects because of what was considered some kind of sonic effect.
Yeah, now that's real though. It's a directional sonic sound wave emitter. And yeah, that's real, and you can knock down a whole crowd with that thing. Like they've had that for years. They invented it after the attack on the USS Cole by that little skiff. To where and they can track you with it and everything. But I'm not talking. That's not what I'm talking about. Like he's asking about like lethal weapons. That's like a non-lethal crowd control thing. And yeah, it's so much directed sound waves at you that they're out of your auditory range that you just feel it in your chest like you heard a big boom, but you knock over. But yeah, you're not. Yeah, they that exists. But I'm talking about like directed energy weapons where lethal phaser, that kind of thing, to replace guns. But even that thing, it requires a mounted power source and a huge battery pack and the engine of the car to recharge it. I mean, it's like, there's no way you're going to get handheld battery. Like, there's no way you're going to get that in a handheld version.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's just say it jumps in. They've got enough voltage. They could step up voltage in a taser to where it just makes you, in lack of better words, piss your pants.
Yeah, but the voltage in a taser requires a connection to the body. Either a taser or it requires the two prongs coming out, or a stun gun. It requires contact with your body to make something jump through the air out of the machine and into your body directed. All right, with a power source that you can hold in your hands, and not a big battery pack that you weigh on your back. No, I just don't. I don't see it happening. Like, our batteries are not that good. Battery technology is not that good.
I don't know.
I don't see it happening.
Back when I used to deal with RC cars, I had an RC car that would literally throw the front tires to the ground at 60 miles an hour with those 3S LiPo batteries. So
a lot different. That's a lot less energy, joules of energy, than it would take to make electricity jump through the air.
Well, each time you went 2S, 3S, 4S, that's series. Every time you took those in a series, they just got this exponentially higher power. I kind of think that for a short burst, you probably couldn't take on multiple enemies, but you could sure as heck drop one dude.
Yeah, I don't think that it has the power. To have the power to make electricity jump directed at an energy beam or a laser. You're talking about like several nuclear power plants worth of power. You're not talking a few DC batteries, right? And there's no, it's not like, yeah.
I'm talking, let's say handheld device, 7 yards.
Handheld device, 7 yards, jumping through the air, no contact points. Yeah, you're talking to make electricity jump like lightning. You're talking like trillions of volts, like tons of electricity. Yeah, no.
This was sound waves, but yeah. Let's move on. Let's find us another topic.
Yeah, because I'm a science and futurism geek, and like that's what I fall asleep watching Isaac Arthur on YouTube. Love that channel. It's a great channel, by the way. If you want to go watch that stuff, and there's just a whole lot there. So, all right, we got a super chat from Clovertac, just showing some love to good old AB 10mm rules. Thank you, Clovertac. You are the man. Shotgun taser rounds. He wants to know what calibers would we all still be using. All the same ones we still use now because it's not going to happen.
Yep. Not in my lifetime. I'm going to succumb to a stroke or a heart attack before the calibers I use fall to the wayside.
Yep. Well, I say that, but I love my 6.5 by 284. It's already at the wayside. So, trying to find where I was. All right, we got off of his. All calibers, cast your own. Yeah, there you go. I grew up on the 30-30 and 30-6. Not a fan of 6.5. Need more, as I like the 24-inch barrel 264 Win Mag. That'll do it. Only issue is the Smith & Wesson dropped the TC line. Yep. Hello, Cowboy.
Yeah, they said they were divesting, and I hope they have another company that is investing.
Yep. Cowboy Candy Vending. Nice to see you. First time I've seen you around here. That's cool. Just got my Blackhound 6-24 by 50. Very impressive. Did you use discount code Alaskan? I have a Blackhound Optics. I have a discount code Alaskan. I haven't bought any of their optics or reviewed it yet, but I have a discount code. So, got the American Ranch Rifle and 450 Bushmaster, and you're 100% right about the zipper bolt. Good gun. Go. Oh, yeah. I like the 6.5 Grin. I'm not much fan of a 6.5 Creedmoor. 7mm and 6.5 by 55 far outweigh the Creedmoor. Only if you hand load it. All the factory load from 6.5 by 55 is weaker than a Creedmoor. Go look it up. All right. Star Wars weapons shoot at like 200 feet per second. That's why Jedi can block them. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
No,
I always noticed that in the movies. It's like, pew, pew.
Yeah, if you see the bolt of light, the bolt coming. Yeah, they're not actually. It's like the laser beam is encased in a bullet that's moving through the air. They said if you wanted to kill a Jedi, multiple slug throwers like guns, actual firearms is the way to do it. It's in the Star Wars universe because they can't see them coming and they're firing so much faster than a regular bolt that you see. So, now Adam has a good point on this one, and this ends the discussion. If firearms go the way of archery, we better get hunting seasons, special hunting seasons. There you go.
Yeah, no, the better hunting seasons. I actually went down to a local store, and I'm going to admit, I am an archery noob. Freaking noob.
Yeah, I don't know. So.
Yeah, so anyway, I went down there and I told the dude, and the guy, he knows me as me. When I walk in, he knows who I am. He's at the gun counter. I'm not saying I'm this elite thing. But now I just walked up to him and I told him, I said, dude, I'm an archery noob and I'm just looking to open up my gun season. Now he took me to this, I want to say it was a Mission Burst M1. I'm going to have to go back and look that up, but it's made by Matthews, this crossbow. And he had me step back at various yardages and shoot the target. Man, that thing was just freaking flattering for just my first time. The scope, it had the BDC already in it. 30 yards, freaking dead on, drilled it. 50 yards, dead on, drilled it. He said, we don't have the building, but if you wanted to do 70 yards, you could do it.
Absolutely.
And I'm sitting here with this thing, and he told me, he said, man, for $14.99, this thing's outfitted. You carry it out. All you need is a rangefinder and go.
There you go. Competitors make a giant leap forward in reducing their size. Then we'll see some more sci-fi type stuff. Agreed. Giant leap forward, like a couple of orders of magnitude. Yep. Iron sights of some form, red dots with backup iron sights, or red dots for carry. I say go with what you like. I like iron sights for carry. I like to be able to see my dot really quickly. I like to be able to see my sight, front sight. That's a night sight and glowing right from right here at my hip. All right, so I know that it's pointed right where I want it to be before I start firing. So
Yes, the resonation devices. That is what I'm talking about. And typically, our military is 50 to 60 years behind.
yeah. On a sci-fi note, in the event of alien invasion, what gun are you grabbing first? I don't know. Again, I'm quoting Isaac Arthur here in his channel. Alien invasion is way unlikely. Why in the freak would they invade Earth when there's our whole solar system is full of more resources? The only thing they could do is to want humans for slaves. There's more water in the outer solar system in the form of ice than there is here. So, it's like, yeah, there are water worlds, the worlds that we think are super Earths that are bigger than Earth and have about 5 to 10 times the gravity and the mass of Earth. Not quite as big. They're either a super Earth or a mini Neptune out there. And they have tons of water out on them that they think in other solar systems. Yeah, I don't see that. There's no reason for aliens to invade Earth unless they're just the conquering, domineering type, Hitler type sadistic people that they are. So there's that. So I don't know. I would probably say I'm grabbing my AR-15 simply because there's plenty of them laying around, and if I have to snipe them, if you want to talk about specific aliens, if it's the Goa'uld, well, I'm grabbing a P90, but specific aliens. What about you, Pat? What gun are you grabbing first?
Let me interrupt. My phone just hit 5%. The kids stole one of my USB adapters. I'm going to go off for a minute.
Okay.
And try to extend my time past this 5-minute mark that I have. Hang tight.
Yep. All right. Cherry City Gun says they use sonic emitters against the big Somali pirates. There you go. Okay, then give me a drone with mini directed energy weapon, and it's on. There we go. Voltage has far more to do with penetrating barriers like clothing. That's why tasers are low voltage compared to contact stun guns. Yeah. Actually, yep. Yeah. I'm just saying you can't make it jump a 7-yard arc without a whole lot about that. LRAG exists, long range acoustic device. Yep, it does. It's the amps that cause pain and ultimately become lethal. Yes, that's true. Amps are the amount of electricity, voltage is the pressure. What calibers would you still be around though? Yeah, we're talking calibers that would still be around. 30-06, 270, all still be there. We finally made it. Shotgun taser round. Yep. They exist but are pricey. Advanced technology, you could completely finish off the 270 Winchester centerfire. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, only no, it's 6 milliamps across the heart. Milliamps. 6 milliamps at your heart. Now that doesn't count all of the amps that your body absorbs. Your body absorbs a lot of it before it gets to the heart, but it's only 6 milliamps to start stop a heart. If I remember my episode of Mythbusters correct, but see. All right. Odor says, Pat, you have a great bullseye forehead, great photo and picture. There you go. Never mind. Apparently, it's only 0.2 amps. Well, maybe I'm wrong too. So 0.2 amps. That's 2 deciamps. Yeah, 243, 38 Winchester Magnum. Got it covered. 6 amps will certainly do the job. That's true. All right, let's talk about the guns. Black Hound 1 to 8 optic on my 6.8 SPC. There you go. I almost exclusively hand load. Never fired a factory 4570 or 45 Colt. There you go. Oh, come on. Wade Wilson, Deadpool can split bullets in midair. So you're telling me a Jedi can't do the same? No way. Hashtag fake news. Yeah. Not if they don't see him coming. You distract them with a blaster bolt, and they see the blaster fire, and then you shoot with the sniper rifle. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that the Jedi would be dead. All right. I mean, they couldn't stop all those clone troopers, but when they could throw 20 of them across the room, but they couldn't stop all the clone troopers there in Order 66. By the way, if you want a great Star Wars channel, go look up Thor Skywalker. Thor Skywalker, like Thor. He has this great series about like what if Ahsoka had never left the Jedi Order. Man, it is captivating. And he does all these fan fiction series where he's just talking. It is so captivating. Thor Skywalker, go check him out. Great channel. Hundreds of thousands of subscribers, but only like 12,000 people watch these things because it's like a big story every time. But yeah, go check that out. Thor Skywalker. Go check out his series on what if Ahsoka had never left the Jedi Order. Really good. He redoes the whole prequels from basically before Order, from the time Fives finds out that Tup has the chip in his head all the way through, and it's awesome. And Dooku and Anakin team up. It's pretty cool. It's really good. They all meet the ghost of Qui-Gon Jinn in the cave in Dagobah. It's pretty good stuff. Yeah. If you're a Star Wars nerd, really, really good. All right. I have 5 compound bow and 3 crossbow. Why am I not surprised? Don't know if to go 375 H or 375 Ruger for Brown Bear. I prefer 375 Ruger. You get 100 feet per second more with the same barrel length. It doesn't kick near as bad as a 338 with the same bullet weights. But whichever you can find ammo for. If you can find ammo for it, get it right now. So in Japan, you need permits for bows and crossbows. Yep. Lightsaber would probably vaporize projectile. Now that's actually true because what is it? Meta Nerds or I forgot what channel it was. The scientific analysis of what an actual lightsaber would have to be, and like the lightsaber itself is physically impossible because of the amount of energy it requires. Just to turn it on would burn anything in the vicinity alive because it has to be hotter than the surface of the sun. All right, he actually scientifically studies a lightsaber, so it is what it is. So lightsaber would vaporize not only the bullet, but the Jedi who's holding it and the sniper that's 300 yards away. It would vaporize them because that's how hot it has to be to cut like it does. So that's why you have to use the magical force because it's physically impossible. Zipper bolt sounds like machining marks are still in the receiver. Yeah.
Yes, very much. And there have been guys that have put different types of compounds in their receiver and worked it just back and forth to take those machining marks out. So,
Just a little 2,000 water dry.
Yeah, you can look that up.
Got one crossbow bow. Yeah, I used a crossbow 1 year. Never got anything with it. Can't use them here in Alaska. In Utah, you need a doctor's note to use a crossbow or be handicapped. Real bows are much more manly. Yeah, it's the same thing here. Although I have to say, the crossbow actually came first before the longbow in history. The crossbow actually came before the longbow. So, and they were, you had to really crank them too. So, all right. I hold a master in both USPCA and IDPA, but in the shoot no shoot scenarios I've been in, it's nearly impossible to focus on sights. Yeah, that's true. It's a stressful 3 seconds. Yeah.
Hmm?
Poop. All right, somebody get that one out. Thank you.
I see you.
All right.
I can't help it.
Yep. Never question tactics using Star Wars. It only leads to more questions. Yeah. I'm a fan of What If Star Wars Episode 1 was 3. It was really good. Yeah, Steven, I guess you're talking about the Thor Skywalker. Yeah, go check out his channel. Big time. Love it. I have them both, 375 H&H and 375 Ruger. Grizzly Crazy, why am I not surprised? You have more guns than anybody I know.
Nice.
Yeah. Actually, I know somebody has more guns than you. I picked up a JP Sawyer Western Marshall single action 357 revolver the other day. Seems to be a lot of folks never heard it for JP Sawyer. I guess only Fuds know that apparently. Are you familiar? No, I'm not. So because I'm not a Fud, but whatever. I'm just kidding.
No, I'm not a FUD, but there are a ton of those JPs sitting on a local shelf. What kills them? Now, they are very nice. They're very attractive. But at the same gun store that I found the Bergara, and I also found my TC Venture 2. What I'm talking about is I'm comparing my Bergara to being half the price of I'm comparing my TC Venture to being half the price of the Bergara. Now, those JP Sawyers, Sour, however they choose to say it, those are another price range beyond.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's talking about a single action 357, but now their bolt actions, they're in a different price range. They're jumping up and beyond. So whereas normal folks, I'm going to call myself a normal folk, when I'm looking at $1,000 versus $500 for the same accuracy guarantee, and I see that JP Sawyer sitting there, and now it's awfully attractive with its camouflage appearance, I'm not even considering the extra $300.
Mm-hmm. Is your six covered? Says native tribes didn't have crossbows first. No, they didn't. I said in history, not prehistory. In order to be in history, it has to be written down. We're talking about before the English longbow. The English had the crossbow before the English longbow, before the Romans came and took over England. So we're talking like before Christ, BC. So yeah, they want to ban suppressors, but bows are even quieter and often more deadly. Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
Well, with a bow, now if you're shooting a deer, on the deer, you're going to shoot here with a rifle. With a bow, you point here because the deer drops because they hear the sound before the bow hits them. So, yeah, I don't know. There is a completely different warning within close range.
Yeah. Do you think you could physically dodge a arrow shot, say at like 60 yards?
If you were, well, I'm not as acute as a deer when it comes to my senses.
No.
I would probably just stand there and freaking eat that donut and catch the arrow.
You and me both. Yeah. You don't believe me? Stand down range behind good cover, close your eyes and listen. The arrow flying sounds like frying baking too.
That's what I'm saying. When it comes to shooting a deer, that's one thing that I have allowed myself as a prerequisite as to doing archery is watching people shoot deer. And the deer always, they hear the thwack and they drop. So here you are, you're pointing toward your kill zone, but you better point lower because they're going to drop just in anticipation. So now, as with a suppressed weapon, I don't care if I'm 1050, 1,050 feet per second, that bullet's going to hit that deer before it can hear it.
Yep. Absolutely. So, no, suppressed weapon, I think, is definitely the way to go. I think I'm going to apply for another one. So, soon. I've been meaning to do like a high-powered rifle suppressor. Suppressors are like tattoos or like cars or like guns. Once you buy one, you want to buy them all.
Yeah. My problem is I bought two that fit my needs. And now I'm sitting here and I'm like, the government does not need $200 more of mine for permission.
For something that's already your right. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. And it's like, screw these guys. You know, if the general public can place Joe Biden, which has been a generic piece of crap for all of my life, as the leader of the free world, my $200 just kind of, it's not worth him.
No. So I agree with that. All right, what do you got coming up on your channel? Let's end this chat. It's been an hour and 20 minutes, and I'd like to actually go to bed early tonight because I'm tired. So
Oh, I didn't realize we were 20 minutes past midnight.
Mm-hmm.
What I've got coming up, I have got some more SME stuff. I've got some survival stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I need to unveil my bear rifle. I need to do some work for ARFCOM. I have been just met with a world of life things. You know, I don't want to toot my own horn,
Mm-hmm.
but the court system just awarded us with custody of another little human today. So now with my
Mm-hmm.
own two boys, we now have a girl that was awarded to us. So yeah, it's this whirlwind of crazy, and we'll get to it when we get to it.
Yeah, congratulations, by the way. That's good.
Yeah, and yeah, it's great. And the judge now, like I said, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but the judge did say today. He told her, he said, I'm aware of your files. And he said, I've seen you before. Life has not dealt you a fair hand. And today, you might not realize it for another 9 or 13 years, but today you have been dealt a hand that is very favorable to you and your existence. And it was cool. It's kind of this up and down thing. It's really nice, but she's here. She's happy. She ran around the house. She had a freaking tiara and just playing, and she's been good.
How old is she, if you don't mind?
My boys are 12 and 14. She's 12, so she falls right into my current age. So yeah, been great.
Good. Awesome. Yeah, well, I'm glad you could take care of her. That's the best thing we can do. You know, nothing makes somebody else pro 2A like adopting a child, you know, and taking them shooting, you know. So
oh yeah. She'll
congrats.
She'll get to shooting. She'll get to shooting guns.
If there's ever a zombie apocalypse, all I need is it. All right, kudos to you, Mr. AB. You're doing great work for us out there. Just want to also mention Pat RMG. He made a great comment about your bullseye forehead earlier. There you go. Yep.
Oh, the bullseye forehead. That was great. That video was wildly unpopular. So if you watched that one, you're really cool.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's gonna make you feel good, you know. So you seem like a great dad. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, sir.
I think Pat's a great dad. I bet you are the silliest joker with those, and you play practical jokes on your kids and stuff like that too.
Yeah, my grandmother.
I see you as that kind of guy.
My grandmother was the worst. If she is, I wouldn't say that she would be like a ghost, a scary ghost, but if for some reason she were to be one of these ghosts that you hear about in the books, the movies, whatever, she's pure mischief. And she is what brought me to be.
She's Loki to the Thor. Yeah.
Yes.
In the actual mythology, not in the Marvel comics. What's your opinion of ghost guns? Well, technically they don't exist.
They don't exist. Like, you are born with a right to create your own means of self-defense. Ghost guns are a media name for things that, or you're right, they're trying to scare the indoctrinated to hate what you can do within your own rights.
Oh, absolutely. I couldn't say any better than that. With that, we're going to end the channel. In the chat, I have a video coming out tomorrow morning, every Wednesday morning. It's a 270 video on the Barnes LRX. So I hope you guys enjoy and watch that one. And guys, YouTube's throttling the views lately, so I need you guys to really share, support on Patreon if you can. I know Pat's the same way. They're really throttling the views down. So, it used to be last year I could post 6.5 versus anything, 10 millimeter versus anything, 50, 100, 150, 200,000 views. Now it's like, is it going to get 10,000? So make sure you do that. So God bless everybody. Take care. We will see you at the range, and just keep supporting your local gun tubers.